And we are live. Anke Ma'at, everyone. As we are getting started this morning, I'm just going to play a little music, a little mood music to get us ready. Can you hear this? I am that I am. I am the breath of the infinite sky, the wing of the falcon that teaches to fly. I am the flame in the temple of Ra, the rhythm of stars that vibrate afar. I am the I am the truth of my head in the heart, the balance that holds our worlds apart. I am the river returning to sea, the hidden creator in you and in me. I am the silence before the sound, the circle of life going round and around. I am the fire, spirited and bone, the light of the sun in the marrow and stone. I am the way. I am the seed, the fruit of the tree, the dream of what was and what yet shall be. I am the witness, the dancer, the play, the night turning slowly into the day. I am the truth, my head and the heart, balance that holds our world. I am the river turning to sea, the little creator. Okay, we're not done with the listening yet. We were waiting for you, him netter, because I had this. We'll be right back. Bikini flow, Pinot Grigio, on the Liddy boat. Where your baby go? This nigga gotta find an emo room. Here we go. Says she need a poke. I got a big ego. Why you toying with me? Calico, this nigga funny, bro. Better finish your honeycomb. Unless your business from my upper dome. Always hovering above my dome. Like me and my brother, though. Try to be modest, but I got it honestly. Nigga been putting in work. But you gotta acknowledge the woman beside you when she ever pull of the skirt. The demographic of the people thinking that it's heaven after we will be. Whatever happened to me, I never actually agreed. Spitting knowledge in degrees. We build our minds in a dream. No wonder we building pies with a team. As I put the skies in the sea. You know what I mean? The ancestors don't play about me. My blood, my blood, my blood. Oh, 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 oh. I suggest you keep the energy from around me. My blood, my blood, my blood, my blood. Ancestors don't play about me. My blood, my blood, my blood. Oh, oh, oh. I suggest you keep the energy from all around me. My blood. Did you hear what it said? The ancestors don't play about me. Or don't play about you. One blood, one blood. Anke Ma'at, everyone. Hotep, peace, everyone. Glad to see you guys on here. Again, we have this weekly session of adoration, so it's an honor to have you all here. We've got B Wisdom Ma'at here. We've got our hymn netter, our very own hymn netter, Jamar Milton here.
Okay, Ma'at.
And of course, we've got our Sinet Oye Het Heru, who is our opener of the way. Hopefully, her mic. How's your mic? Mic check on you.
Mic check.
All right. Bet. That's a great thing. Before we get started, we're going to have our opener of the way. Go ahead and
do what she does, we'll go ahead and mute so we can hear her divine energy, and then we'll get started.
Akamaya, everyone. Good morning. So, we're going to be facing the east and doing the opening of the way, who are great Baba Heru created for us. And it's that we do before you start your day or like anything important. It's like giving reverence to every aspect of yourself. All right, so for facing the east, you want your left foot in front, your right foot in the back, your left arm in the front, and your right arm in the back. We're going to take 3 deep breaths, okay? And on the third breath, we're going to chant Ankh. All right, first deep breath in, let it out. Second breath in, and let it out. And then on this third breath, when you letting your air out, you're going to chant the word Ankh. So we're going to let it in. Nishrak in Bethet, Nuke in Bethet, Nishrak Happy, Nuke Happy, Twau Winter. Turn to the right. Nishrak Circuit, Nuke Circuit, Nishrak Kepsanuk, Nuke Kepsanuk, Twau Winter. Turn to the right. Nishrak As, Nuke As, Nishrak Amset, Nuke Amset, Twau Winter. Turn to the right. Nishrak Neat, Nuke Neat, Nishrak Duamuta, Nuke Duamuta, Twau Winter. Turn to the right. Nishrak Newt, Nuke Newt, Nishrak Geb, Nuke Geb, Twau Winter. Nishrak Shoe, 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 Nuke Shoe. Nishrak Tefnut, 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 Nuke Tefnut. Nishrak Paut Sintaru, Nuke Paut Sintaru. Nishrak Ambu Intaru, Nuke Ambu Intaru. Twau enter. Dua netter.
Our opener of the way. She opened it. I felt that energy. I hope you all did too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Urban Lotus Living. I'll give my art to you. All right. So, of course, the usual. Let's say, do all that Baba Heru, Ankra, Samad Sepata, Ma'at Heru, opener of the way. Bearer of Ma'at, custodian of the Ankh. We continue to do the opening of the way in which you are brought to us in its form in its current condition. We honor you, we murr you, Duanater. All right. And our usual, before we get into things, let's give out some flowers. Giving those flowers, I like to give the flowers to folks while they are alive. So we give the flowers to all of our ancestors, those who are have transitioned, but those who are here with us, we give those flowers to Imhotep Jabari for creating the Shrine of Ma'at, which brought many of us together. Himneta Waziri, who is still not here and healing with us, who started this journey with me on Dua or Heru. We give the flowers to all of you watching, and of course, our family members that are here with us. Our Sinette Oye, Heru, for opening the way for us every week. Our Himneta Jamar, Milton, it's so good to see your face.
So,
That be wisdom. Flowers to you. Virtual flowers given to you right here, right now, while you are alive. They're here. They've been watered. It may look brown, but it's supposed to be. Okay, these are bamboo flowers, so your flowers are here. I've watered them for you. So please receive those flowers with myrrh and with love. I'd like to give them to you while you're here above the ground and among the living, not, standing at the dirt side and giving them to you then. Okay? So
Do I Shantae say. Flowers to you too, Shinkai, for doing this every week.
Thank you. Dua for that. It's from the heart. It's not, we don't come here with anything planned. It's all organic. We just come here and we give adoration. Let's see. Oh, that's Seba Obali, who is the urban lotus living. You change your name so much, Seba. Appreciate that for you telling me who you are. So today we say dua to the Netaru and all who have gathered in this sacred circle. Today, we want to center our hearts around working with Saruj and Ma'at, restoring, strengthening, and uplifting the balance of Ma'at within ourselves, within our community, and our family. We gather during this month, which happens to be Women's Month, okay? We also recognize the sacred presence of the divine feminine within creation. And the Kemetic tradition, we have the balance, of course, and it's sustained through harmony of the masculine and the feminine. So it's not by coincidence that I asked you two family members to be here. I wanted divine feminine energy and also divine masculine energy. These sessions are not about me and Sinette Oye running our mouth. we guide it, but the conversation is led organically again. Principles of Ma'at itself is embodied through divine feminine presence as well as our masculine energy. So y'all know I'm going to pull out my little dusty feather. It's still dusty. I still have a piece of it. This is still the feather from it. So as we today honor the nurturing, guiding, and restorative power of the divine feminine energy expressed through the Netaru and the forces of Ma'at, wisdom, compassion, and strength, and the women among us. All right. Now we're going to open it up and just discuss. Of course, always like to let's set our feather, of course, before we do anything. I always like to do that. So I do the 4 breaths of life. The first one, of course, is the deep breath to just clear our minds for a moment. And the second is just to clear our spirits. The third is to lighten our hearts. And then the fourth and final is that we breathe in Ma'at and exhale any possible if set. Now, as that feather is being placed before us, it reminds us that balance is not automatic. It has to be nurtured and sustained and protected. So the feather represents truth, harmony, righteousness, and living. Each thought we think, each word we speak, and each action we take contributes to Ma'at or either gets us further away from it. So today, I commit to becoming closer and strengthening Ma'at, and I hope that you all will too. Now, at this time, I just want to turn the floor over, turn the speaking over to our 2 family members here. And, again, organic. It's Women's Month. I would like you all to, Any adoration that you feel is on your heart, whether you read something or whether you just speak. Himnetta Jamar, we'll go ahead and start with you.
Awesome. Uncle Maya, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm honored to be invited to this space. Um, do I have permission to speak amongst the women today?
Do I? You do. Do.
um, I think that uh, this space that you created is important. And speaking in context of what the vibe is for today, and providing balance and my art. Um, I think we're in a season where we're starting to see the importance of that balance being maintained and what it looks like when balance is not maintained, right? A lot of things have been revealed, I would say, within the last decade for all of us. Many of us came into this walk of life within the last decade because the world has been reflecting back to us that something is clearly wrong, right? There's an imbalance. There's isfet running rampant to the point where it's like every day we have to Saruz Ma'at at some point in time for something that we've seen, thought, word, or deed that that we have experienced, and that is because of the imbalance. Now, when we do the opening of the way, if you notice, we always mention two deities at a time. Why? Because those two energies, those two principles of nature run in tandem with one another with imbalance. Nut and Gad, right? Asta, I'm set. You need to have all these different energies complement one another. And a lot of times, um, we even look at this like in certain spaces, we got to understand also that these energies are not always just masculine and feminine. Sometimes there's a feminine balance. There's a masculine balance, depending upon the endeavor that you're trying to do or you're trying to orchestrate. Um, sometimes it's three. You have divine. You have man, woman, and child. You have see. We aren't talking about genders here. We're talking about energies, right? And a lot of times we get them confused. You see, we're talking about complementary energies. One energy that might have a void, there's another one where that comes in and fills that void. And a lot of times we don't see what that complementary energy is because we're so focused on our lack or our voids, right? Versus pursuing what it is that we're trying to execute or the endeavor that we're trying to complete. And that will reveal what it is that you're looking for and it will show up. Okay. And versus trying to find it, if you live in that space of just being the energy that you embody, you will naturally just attract what it is that you're looking for. You don't have to go searching for these energies. They're there already, right? We just have to call them into existence. And I think that this is a great idea. It's necessary. It's needed. Um, and this particular topic is literally the foundation of Kemetic spirituality. It's Mayat. It's balance. And like you said, it doesn't just happen. You have to work at it, right? When you use a scale and you put one on the other, you also got to put one on the other side, and you kind of have to do a little weight balance to see, all right, does this even make sense to put on this scale, right? Because you could put something outrageously large on the other side. You could feel that before you even put it on there, right? It takes work, right? You got to have a little bit of knowledge too, a little bit of common sense, and definitely a connection, right? You have to see the relation between the two. And I think in this day and time, that's the challenge because we know that there definitely are forces out there in this day and time that are there to just distract, to cause confusion. Sometimes too much information is bad information, right? Now it's more work you got to sift through. So in this day and time, I say to everyone under the sound of my voice is to, take your time in your journey. In these times, don't take in too much. This goes back to balance. A little bit. There's ratchet TV and ratchet news we hear every single day. You got to take this in small doses. It's a lot. It's a lot. So we got to slow down, and it's just pumping at us. We don't have really a choice in the matter for a lot of the time. As soon as you go outside, you're going to experience it, right? And now they found ways to come bring it into our homes unsolicited. So we have to be very careful in these day and times. But yeah, Mayat will always solve it. If you stand on Mayat, those principles, you shouldn't have issue in this day and time. And I'm grateful to be in this space. I appreciate you guys for having me on.
Dua for your words, Dua. And that is not even there's no question about it. Just like you said, you walk out of your house, it's in your house. You know what I mean? It's on every device that we have. You know, we don't have the old wound up radios anymore. We have internet. We have so many things, and yes, with their usefulness, but it is a lot. It's definitely a lot that's being pushed. I mean, you can every conversation, it's there. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you saying that and giving us that word from your spirit, because it's obvious. It doesn't take rocket science for us all to see the things that have been going on, and the things that, like you said, even in the past decade, that have changed. That where we are now from 10 years ago. I mean, 10 years ago, who would have known that I would be a comedic practitioner? I was listening to a guy on his porch talking trash. It was you. I didn't know you. You was the dude talking trash. I'm like, what is this? What did he just say?
I didn't even know me. I didn't even know me.
And from there, I mean, 10 years later, here we are. But I have to say that I'm so thankful for those porch conversations, because 10 years later now, I may have been in a different place.
Mm,
And it's not to say that you follow people and you do what they do and become that person, but there's influence
mhm,
and something that was the spark for me.
mhm,
You know, and those you being on that porch talking your ish, which wasn't ish at all, you know, but talking your talk, it led me down a path, and
mm,
I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful to you. I give honor. Like I said, flowers aren't just giving you flowers because you're here on this screen. We don't do this for views. We could care
mhm,
less if one person watch or if it's just the four of us here. So
mhm,
it's not even about that. But those flowers are critical, because of those conversations, and me just happen to scroll. And no lie, sitting, what do you do? Like reading the newspaper back in the day. I'm sitting on the toilet scrolling through. And here's this dude. Next thing you know, my alerts are coming up when you're live every day, and I'm watching. And I'm one of those, I sit in the cut. I don't say anything, but I watch. I'm
mhm,
an observer. I'm a recorder, and I observed a lot, and I'm thankful. I give you all of that, because 10 years later, like you said, maybe a little longer, that's how we came to this, and
mhm,
how we even able to use our discernment and our third eye for all the things that are going on in the world. Because without
mhm.
that, we could be playing a heavier part
That's
in
right.
the chaos that's going on. So I'm thankful for that. With
Yes.
that, I digress, and now I want to have Sinette V Wisdom. Come on, give us some love.
Thank you, my everyone. I don't even know. Uh, our brother didn't said it all, but going back with my aunt, you were saying about how you watched and saw him doing what he's doing. And it reminds me of my aunt, and it's becoming right. It's always what we have to do. Some of us feel like we reach it immediately. Like soon as I say, I've been initiated. Now I got everything down. I know what it is. Now I realize that it's a day by day journey, right? A process that we're on involving in my art, and we have to practice it intentionally every day until it becomes a part of our consciousness and our new, subconscious movement based off what we used to do versus what we do once we come into the knowing. Um, so that's what I gathered out of listening to you guys talk or whatever, and just remembering that with my eye, we have to remember to do it every day. It's a conscious choice to walk in my eye, to become, my eye every day. It's not something I put on one time, just like everything else. You got to put the deodorant on every day, right? You got to put these other things on every day. The same thing with my eye. It's a constant thing that we do to evolve every single day. Um, that's all I really got right now. Listening to you guys, like, listen, I just love being here with you guys and the conversation about my art. I think sometimes we kind of get away from that a little bit in our study and in our learning of
Mm,
comedic practices and being comedic practitioners. We sometimes forget about that part of it. We know a lot of the history, which is wonderful. We need to know where we come from, right, to know where we're going. But sometimes we don't bring in that other side of it with the spirituality and the art and recognizing what that looks like. And I think here and maybe other places too, we can kind of have a little bit more of practical application of living my art. Because we hear it, a lot, but sometimes some of us, we're searching for what does that look like? I remember back when I was in the church days, same thing, being in church and having the pastor speak about all this stuff. But you're like, okay, this sounds real good, but how do I make that work in real life where I'm living at? You see what I'm
Right.
saying? How do I do this every day? Same thing with my aunt. How do you put that in practical applications for people to know what does it look like? What do you do to be living in my aunt, to be searching to be that evolved person? And I think spaces like this will help us do that too, and other things that we do within the shrine as well.
Mm-hmm. I should.
Should do I? And you're right. It's work, because it's not just what we do on camera. What It's not the outfit or the costume that we show people, but how are we practicing it when we're alone, when nobody's looking, when it's just you and you? Because ultimately, like I've said before, the battle that we've all had is really between self and self. It's not really everything else that's going on around us and all the chaos that we see, because it's how is that affecting you? The war is with you, because what you see, what you feel, you have to deal with. Not everything else that's did it to you, that's caused those feelings or thoughts. You are the one who actually have to put those things into the balance, or however they go for your life. The fight is with you. So like you said, practical living. How are we putting the practice of living in Ma'at into practice within ourselves when nobody's looking?
Right.
Because
And
I said
and
the
just
same.
like you were saying,
Please
true.
go
And
ahead.
I'm saying, no, I'm saying this came to remembrance too. When you were speaking and you were talking about and that Jabbar, when you was listening to him, that was him living my art, and by him just becoming who he is, it attracted you and then brought you into seeing life differently. So it's about us not necessarily always speaking it; it's just walking it, living it,
Mm,
being it. That part, if many of us recognize that, we can all get here on this platform or any other platform we choose to, and we can speak everything we want to and pull out every history note or whatever. But what is your life saying when people see you?
mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? When you walking around, it's when you ain't nobody looking at you, when you ain't on the platform, that's
Mm-hmm.
when you attract the people, and that's really showing that are you really living in my art or not?
That's
Mm-hmm.
right. And when you got your light, you don't have to stand and say, "Look, my light's on," because
Right.
it's shining.
Word.
And people want to know, well, what is that? How
Right.
how can I get that? How can I get mine to turn on? You're not standing out there saying, "Look at me, I got a light on." It's just on, and people see it.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to always be shown or seen. You're living it. And when you're living it, people want to know what is that you have? How can I get that?
And a lot of it too is like you said, just going in for self and doing what you have to do for yourself and making sure you stay in that space and in that frequency. Because even though, sister, you were watching me on the stoop, at the same time I'm being empowered by you guys. It's a transactional energy when you're seeing this going. Because there were days, you think there weren't days that I got up and I'm like, I don't really want to talk to the people today. It's 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I
Put your
showed up.
nines up.
You know what I'm saying? But 9:05, I was on there. Why? Because I saw how you guys showed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it inspired me. There are days where you're up, there are days where you're down, it's that balance, maintaining that balance. Hey, listen, I need y'all just as much as you need me. It's not a one-sided thing. It's like I wouldn't be able to keep going. You're talking 3 years, 4 years straight. I was getting up every single morning. You know what I'm saying what's on my mind. You know what I mean? And I don't look at that. It was like it was just me and my thoughts. I look like I was literally getting downloads. We're seeing it. We see it coming to fruition. You see what I'm saying? All those different things. And I wasn't the only one. But how would we know I'm not the only one if we don't speak up, right? If we don't put the energy out there and transfer that energy, transfer those feelings to say, hey, listen, I realize we got a whole army out here. It ain't just me,
That's
right?
right.
I got sisters, I got brothers. Like, I feel comfortable anywhere I go in the world. You know what? Let's travel. You see how these things just happen, but it takes everybody to like want to do their part, and that doing that part is making sure you're doing right by yourself. Show up for you first, and then therefore when I see you, I know that you showed up for you. I can trust you with me because I know you showed up for you in the way that you, and I expect you to show up the same way you showed up for yourself with me as I would for you.
That's
You know what I'm saying? And that's what built this thing here. That's what built the Kemetic legacy. That's what Baba laid down, you know, and that's what we picked up. We picked up the mantle. We kept it running. Why? Because Baba showed up every day. He showed up as Baba every day, right? So it's like, why can't I? You know, he's in his 80s. I can't show up. I'm in my 40s. What's wrong with me? You see, you inspire people when you show up. Help people that help themselves, right?
That's right. Sinet Oye.
Well, what am I supposed to say after all of that? But what I can say is, shoot, you, Sinet, Shinkai, you know, I guess ran to Jamar. Like when you seen him, I ran away from him because I thought he was Muslim. And I was just getting out of Christianity, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be in no more religion. But something told me to go back, and I did, and I'm glad that I did because I learned that he wasn't Muslim, and those were just greetings and different, um, you know, different type of spirituality or religion or however you want to call it. And then from that, little Cassie, from watching Himnetter Jamar, Himnetter Rennie, became Sanet Oye. You understand what I'm saying? So like this goes back to what you were saying about the opening of the way, about the two, the one needing the other, the duality in it all. Like, I needed you to become me, this version of me, and you needed me to become this version of you. You know what I mean? And also, the most beautiful thing about Kemetic spirituality and science is it's a self mastering thing. It hasn't really anything to do with um like worshiping outside of yourself. It's all about the inside, the people that come in and out of your life. They're really are, I know it's like cliche, but they really are mirrors of you to show you understand the things that you might need to work on, or the things that you're good at. Look, you're good here, but you might need to work a little bit better here. And the way that you realize those things is your body tells you everything. You understand? When somebody comes into your auric field, if you start to clench up, something's not right with this individual. You know what I mean? But then what's also not right within you? You get what I'm saying? So I guess that's all that I had to add on to what y'all had to say.
We have a couple of questions here. Let's put this one here. This one is from let's see here. This is from Seba or Koku. We'll show it here. His question is, how has his music style changed since his initiation into priesthood?
I tell you that it's slowed up dramatically because and I don't want to say it as a bad thing. It's just I'm more in tune with words to a higher degree, to where I take it even more seriously than I did then. If you thought I was a perfectionist then, like as an indie, now it's like, nah, like I take my time now. Like I already have all my beats for the next album. It's already done. The next album's already complete. I haven't written a single word yet. Sonically, it's done. So, and that's how seriously I take the writing. Like some people just write songs and then they put together, they get a whole bunch of songs and then they say, okay, let's put these together for an album. That's not the way that I work. I like to get my complete body of work from beginning to end in my mind, in my vision, and where I'm trying to go purposefully. I try to move with a purpose as opposed to just making songs. So that has heightened now in the priesthood, to a degree where I'm still managing. You know, I'm taking it very, very slow and very, very serious. Um, Aside from that, with Baba's passing as well, you know, I'm sure the family wants to hear from me. So I have to find the words, but to find the words, I have to be healed first, right? Like going through that morning, trying to write, it's impossible. It's just not possible for somebody like me. I feel so. You know, I had to come to full circle before I could utter a single word. And that's probably the biggest change, you know, just becoming a lot more sincere and locked in. I'm not in my 20s. I'm not in my 30s no more. Right. So we talking grown, we seeing hip hop, grown man hip hop for the first time, grown woman hip hop for the first time, you know. So hip hop's a baby. It's only 50 years old. So this is all new to all of us, even those who are doing it. So,
And he's got a follow-up question, which is absolutely, absolutely wonderful follow-up question. Says, and also, do you see your music as part of ministry, of your ministry?
oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know, at first when I first started, it was the primary focus. But then what you realize in age is that, um, you know, authenticity matters, and then your music becomes just the soundtrack to the lifestyle, as I tell people, versus it being the forefront. Why? Because the lifestyle has to be intact. Your spiritual walk has to be intact for the music to even make sense to you. Doesn't make sense to you if I'm not walking the path. You wouldn't have known the music was there had I not been walking the path.
Mhm.
You see, so that that realization is everything for me as an artist. Every artist ain't like that, and we know that, right? Respectfully, but my my music career is contingent upon my lifestyle.
Wow. It makes sense. It makes me think about you're saying your lifestyle reflects your music. The same thing with some of us. We have to be in places before we want to step out and call ourselves a priest or a priestess or whatever. You know, our lifestyle needs to reflect that beforehand. I don't need to just get, you know, a little bit of information and knowledge. Now I want to go walk out here and put titles on myself or, you know, sit somewhere
Mm-hmm.
and do something. You know what I mean? I call myself, you know, a healer or herbalist. I need to make sure that I'm rooted in that, and that's what I live before I go out here and, you know, start speaking that to people. That was a word. I appreciate that.
And the priesthood is I realized some things organically within the priesthood at the same time, going according to what you're saying. It's like it's not just a title, you know, it's a work. So as soon as I got the priesthood finished training, you know, I was like, okay, so what's my work going to be? Because there's all sorts of work you can do as a priest or a priestess. It's not just one thing, right? It's not a box. So it's like, okay. So the first thing that I did was, you know, the death doula situation with Lord Jamar's father, and that came like all organically. Like he asked me to, you know, take his father's ashes, and I had to sit back for a second and think about it. Like, is this what we do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm new. I've heard of birth doulas, but what's the death doula? So
Yeah.
I had to do the knowledge. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what we do. You know, we usher the souls into the afterlife. Like that's our purpose. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I've never seen that ceremony perform before. You know, so I had to do the knowledge on that, right? I had to do the work before I could do the work. So it's like it's layered. People see the final result, but they don't know. Like, what do you think? I just figured this out? No, I had to go to Anne Maru. I had to go through the knowledge. I had to read. Okay, what are the incantations that I can say? What are the things that I need to do? What are the processes that I need and the things that I need to say? Right? What is the process? And there's nobody to teach me. A lot of times we're always looking for a teacher. We're looking for some sort of guide, right? But when you come into knowledge yourself, you realize no, you are it, huh? Like
Okay.
even if you want to go back to look at any religious book, like nobody in the Bible had a Bible, y'all.
Facts.
You are
I
it,
say,
and we have to realize that. Like in spirituality, a lot of us are still looking for outside things, like you said, things outside of us to show us something, right? As opposed to us creating it, giving birth to something.
Mhm.
But you know, you need that balance, right? What gives birth? The divine feminine energy. You need that balance, right? So I can't come into it angry. I can't come into it sad, or the emotions that come with death and things that I can't come into it. I got to come into this with balance. That life goes on, but in order to do that, you have to give birth,
Mm.
right? So that means that it has to be a sacred union.
Yes.
right? And we're not talking male, like man and woman. We're talking energies, right? That complement one another. So there's so many levels to this, but on a basic level, if you understand that whatever you have in the spiritual realm or the unseen, it manifests in the physical, but it manifests first in the spiritual, in the unseen first, in that dark triple black darkness of your mind, that still space. This is why these spaces are important. It first starts there. And if you don't see that as an actual manifestation, then you're losing it. Just the idea alone is a manifestation. It is here. It is up to you to magnify and amplify that idea now. Take it to the next level where it can actually be seen. It starts off as unseen first. Just like the baby in the triple black womb, it's unseen first. Even the mother doesn't know it's there until it's there. Right? And showing signs of life. So these are valuable gems that we're creating here and that we're remembering, right? This ain't nothing new.
Yes.
Ain't nothing new. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for being in this frequency this morning.
Absolutely. I can feel it. I feel the energy.
Yes.
You know.
First on working, you got the goose.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I can feel it. Now let's see. We addressed some of the chat on Facebook. We have our St. Curtis, full member St. Curtis, Anke Ma'at, Sinatan. Grateful for them. This is a group between Sinet Oye, and I'm going to say this here, Sinet Oye, Sinatan, St. Curtis, and St. Jason. We are a group of folks who have vowed to do whatever we can do to keep communion going between our shrine. Nobody, and like you said, and it's funny what you just said, that people are waiting to be led. Nobody told us to do what we're doing. We saw a need and we just chose.
Yes.
We're not self-appointed titles. Right. We don't see it as that. What we see is that we have a true love for this family and the importance of doing what it takes to keep our family together.
Yeah.
So we chose that. And that's what we do. We meet, we discuss, we try to find out what our members' needs are, even if we can't meet them, how can they be met? Encouraging folks to take, more initiative to do things and to just step out there and do what they feel they're called to do without needing to be told to do it. You know what I mean? So what you just said a moment ago, and I wanted to say that because I see them in the chat, and I just wanted to say that to all of our members, that when you see the five of us doing what we're doing, nobody told us to do anything. Nobody. We don't look at ourselves as titles or authority figures. We call ourselves functionaries because we want the shrine to continue to function. We want the relationships that's been established to continue. So we just chose. Nobody told us. We just chose to do it. I had to say that because I see them in the chat. So I wanted to just mention that. I see Ma'at Walker, Anke Ma'at, you. I see our beloved hymn netter Ames, Anke Ma'at to you. He also said here, as a hymn netter and elder, he's also taken his time to adjust to being new to his life journey. He's gone through some things as well, and he's his fight has been great. But us on the outside would never know to the magnitude what that battle looks like. We haven't been through some of the things, the chemo and the things that he shared with us. But for him to show up faithfully and to be here, he's been on this screen many a week supporting us, doing whatever we need to do for the work. And it's not just that, because we all know, like you said, that this work is about us doing it within and internally. But we also know, just like me watching this guy in the porch that we just talked about, that many people think that they're going through it alone, and you're not.
Right.
And you're not. You do have support. We are here. So on Sundays when we do this, it's just a recharge to let you know whatever battles, and it doesn't always have to be battles. Your things could be great and you're giving thanks. You're not always going through something bad. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to join the church because their life is in chaos and they need saving. So it's not always about being saved or needing something. Sometimes it's simply about being thankful, being regrounded, and for us to let you all know together that you're not doing it on your own. We're doing it together.
And be grateful for the bad times.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you something. For me, the porch was the bad time.
And it was great time for many.
You understand? Like, literally, I'm on the porch, like, and it's in the hood. Like, that was the best time of my life. Like, literally, it's my awakening. It was everything. Looking back in hindsight, you have to be grateful for what you might think is the bad time. This is where you're being shaped and molded.
That's right.
Right? Like, you're getting the lessons that you need for the battle. When you just when you're done and you're hardened like clay and you just, you're the beautiful vase, ain't much to do to you now but break. Huh?
That's right.
When you that pottery and you that, that sediment that just got the water on it, you fresh, you could get more you could more malleable, you could just go with the flow, you could bend more and get to what your finishing stages. You could switch it up at the last minute and become a teapot. We switching it up. It's gonna be a cup, but you know what? I think I want to put a handle on this.
You might be an ashtray.
You don't know. Who knows? But during that time, that seems like the bad time. It just there's no success story without that time, really. That time, like, I thought I wasn't gonna make it. I didn't see how I was gonna go another day. I was just on the porch, just like saying, you know what? I'm kind of fed up with this life and what's going on. Something ain't right. I was just giving my thoughts. That's what led to this, being fed up. Like, nah, this ain't it. It's something else going on in here, and I don't think I'm by myself. Y'all don't see this?
You sure weren't. Still are.
That's the good times. Come on.
Yeah, St. Curtis. St. Curtis says, take time to retreat, be still, be silent. And
man.
Take time for shadow work,
Get alone.
House cleaning, remove the lower vibration, raise your frequency, tone, vibration to harmonize with our sacred and divine energies.
All of that.
When we call on them, we can receive them, be infused by them, and ultimately be guided by them. Dua Himnetter Jamar. Yes, that's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Who else we have in there? Melanation app. That's Tahuti Forever. He got hacked.
Peace, beloved. Yeah. He hit me up for that. Shout out to Tahuti Forever, man.
Yes. He says, I no longer have him. Netta Jamar Milton as a contact. Reach out, please. Yes, he said he hit you up. He's gonna make sure he does that.
Yeah, inbox me for sure. I got
you. All right. Now, I mean, this has been a great. They all are. But this is beautiful build. It's always a wonderful conversation, and wherever it goes, it goes. So at this time, I always, while anybody out there watching, we do have a hymnetter here, which is wonderful. If there is anyone on the screen with us right now, between the four of us or any of us in the chat that needs prayer or that, needs their vibration rise, please put it in the chat. And that's not to say, again, let's not think of this as in church. We think of this as we can't fix your broken parts, but we can raise the vibration collectively. The church folks say when 2 or 3 come together, who is present. We know that where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
When we were around the fires, beating drums and chanting and singing Hekau, we were raising the energies and calling upon our ancestors, calling upon the Netaru to do that healing. Yeah. And that's exactly where they get that from. So at this time, if there is anybody, Himnetter Jamar, I know that you recently lost a loved one.
Yes, it did.
So we'll give it a moment. If there's anybody out there in the chat that and nobody's asking you to disclose all of it, you can say what you want. But if you stand in need of that vibration to be rise and for us to be able to do that, we have Himnetter Jamar here. We will ask him to say a prayer. We have our Himnetter Ahmed said he has a follow-up on Tuesday to see how the healing is coming along. We'll give it a moment to see if anybody else has any things, again, and I say this, we're not saying we those people that lay hands on you and the blind is healed, but we raise that vibration because together that's what we do here. Um, and give it a few seconds just to see if anybody says anything. And if not, we're going to turn that over to him, Netta, and lead us in a prayer of healing, and even those that might be grieving. And even if you do need something and you don't say it, we still do it for you no matter what.
Absolutely.
I say.
We want
Well, I asked for a little bit of prayer, guys. For I just had a family member die, so for my family, my uncle just passed away, and also for me, so that when I get there on Friday, I can be a light, and I'll be able to be used to help uplift them and guide them in this time for their loss as well.
Can you say the name? What's the
What is
name?
that person's name?
James Melton.
Milton?
Melton, Melton.
Oh, wow. Yes, absolutely. We want to say James Melton, James Melton, James Melton. We say that 3 times. I tell people say that 3 times when you lose a loved one. Anytime you say their name, because you die twice. You died once in the land of the living when your body is no longer functional, and you die when the last person in the land of the living no longer sends your name. So we say their names and we lift their names up. Benny Anderson Jr., Sally Mae Jackson, one of my pioneers and matriarchs who I always mention, Patrick Day, and any names that we have in the feed. We want y'all to put y'all names down of anybody that you would like to call out this morning, that you would like to invoke this morning. We invoke their energies and their sacred words that we may hold dear to heart. We also want to call on the deity of Amset and Aset and Neptis, as well as Heru, to bring balance. We have a healing energy for those who are sick and shut in, and the nurturing energy of Aset for those who may still be missing loved ones. And we send their spirits to Asar, to the stars, to guide us, to lead us. And we ask that they stay near us, stay on our shoulders. And we ask that we stay aware, stay in tune to their voices when they speak to us. Stay tapped in to the ethereal sounds, and not all the things that we have flooding our minds every single day. We are grateful for their presence, grateful for the time that we had with them here in the land of the living. And we are grateful for their absence, because they are more powerful now than they were with us in these limited bodies. So we say thank you in Tur, Dua in Tur, Dua in Tur, Dua Necha.
Dua.
For that we are grateful.
All right. And in the wake of what we discussed today, and again, it was more about balance and not necessarily Saruj and Ma'at, but you think of this week, it may be a word of kindness where there was tension, be a little kinder where you may have been a little harsh through the words, maybe a little bit more patient where there was frustration, maybe a little bit more understanding where there may have been misunderstanding. You know what I mean? In the balance, keeping the balance within our relationships also helps to keep the balance within the relationship for ourselves. So that will be our guiding, reflection for the week. And hopefully everyone goes into their week clear-headed, lighthearted, easy, things like that. Some of the announcements: we do have our Shrine monthly meeting tomorrow. You should look in the private page to see the time and how that will be conducted, if there's a link, or we will be live there. So take a look there at the main page to see the details on that. Also, just another reminder, if you have not already reached out to our Coach Ye, Sinette Coach Ye, Pam, to be sure, if you are interested in going on the reunion this June for Shemsu Haru, I'll be there. Many of us are going to be there. So if you haven't looked into that and you're able to go to Detroit for that weekend, June 27th weekend, please take a look at the page, that information. There is a calendar there now. a Google Calendar there that we'll be putting things on there. Himnet or Jamar, if you have any events and things coming up, please let us know so we can put that on the calendar so that everybody can see what's going on and be able to attend and support whatever's going on throughout our shrine and our members and
Copy.
family members and anything else that's going on. First, all of that kind of stuff. We want to be able to always be able to support everyone, through the good times and what we so-called think are the bad times as well. We want to make sure that we're able to do that. Um, Outside of that, I want to say, may the wisdom of Ma'at guide our thoughts. May the compassion of the Netaru guide our actions. And may harmony grow within this Kemetic family, inside, outside, as it permeates into the world as we go our individual ways. Uncle Josh Seneb, to all of you. I have myrrh for all of you. You guys know that. I don't do this mess for a show. I don't even like to be seen, number one. But it is what it is. We're here now. So if you guys have anything closing remarks, Seneb Oye, anything we are missing, please let us know.
Um, I think that it's good. I wanted to do the I am, we are again, only because of the way the conversation flowed. I think that it's necessary to remind each other that I am, we are. It's not just I am, it's also we are, and you can't have one without the other. So that's coming from Speaking with Spirit, the Rasaka Arts Temple. And again, I say this is one of my favorites. So it goes, I am a Kemetic African goddess or god. I am a brand new divinity. I am a warrior and glorious soul, and I believe in it. It is from my soul and spirit that will come the Almighty, because I become what I am thinking. I am precious. I am divine. I am love. I am free. I am luminous. I am natural and spiritual. I am full of energy. I am radiant. I am combatant and militant. I am brilliant and gifted. I am courageous and determined. I am omnipotent and omniscient. I express it because all this is in me. All the knowledge, power, and strength are in me. Thanks to the knowledge, teachings, and lessons that I acquire near my ancestors, elders, my mentors, and my descendants. I express it because all Africa, Kemet, Mother Earth, is in me. I am a new Kemetic African goddess, God, or God. I act with truth, humility, sincerity, and modesty. I am an absolutely unique being. I am incomparable because now I am myself. I am Oye, Kai Shepsut, Nefer Heru. Say your name too. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Then it goes, we are Kemetic African goddesses and gods. We are brand new divinities. We are warriors and glorious souls. And we believe in it. It is from our soul and spirit that will come the Almighty, because we become what we are thinking. We are precious. We are divine. We are love. We are free. We are luminous. We are natural and spiritual. We are full of energy. We are radiant. We are combatant and militant. We are brilliant and gifted. We are courageous and determined. We are omnipotent and omniscient. We express it because all this is in us. All the knowledge, power, and strength are in us. Thanks to the knowledge, teachings, and lessons that we acquire near our ancestors, elders, our mentors, and our descendants. We express it because all Africa, Kemet, Mother Earth is in us. We are new Kemetic African goddesses and gods. We act with truth, humility, sincerity, modesty. We are absolutely unique beings. We are incomparable because now we are ourselves. We are, and I am, Oye, Ka Shepsut, Nefer, Heru, excuse me. And now you say your names. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Do I
Shit.
allow me to
Do I?
share that again?
All right. And with that being said, I think uh, if nobody else has anything to add, I think we have said all that needs to be said today. It's been wonderful. Until next week, you guys, much more to you all. Hope you all have a great, blessed, grand week.
You as well. Thank you for having me. Uncle Mayat to everyone. Shemem Tep to all. May the divine force in me greet the divine force in you. May you manifest every heart's desire.
Yeah. Shimmy Motep.
Tep.